Guys, let's come listen to Ambassador David Brian Hunt. He's the ambassador to Sierra Leone. He's answering to some of the questions that this gentleman had to ask about, the report that came from Reuters and New York Times about the proposed ban of the Trump administration. To me, it sounds like Ambassador Hunt, every now and again when it comes on TV, sounds like he's the spokesperson for the illegal government of Sierra Leone. And yes, I say illegal government because Ambassador Hunt, like everybody else, is aware that the elections in Sierra Leone was stolen. It was rigged massively. The tabulation process was flopped. There's statistical inconsistencies. Ambassador Brian Hunt is aware. And this is where we were expecting that probably, and the right thing to do, because he's a career diplomat, that he could have written a letter in protest and asked for, his removal from Sierra Leone so he could be sent someplace else because there's no way he should work with an illegitimate government. If this man is upright. But let's listen to him.
Fully first off confirm the recent release, which talks about a list of about 43 countries that are proposed for possible U.S. visa restriction or travel ban for those countries.
Sure. Social media obviously picks up lots of stories from lots of different places. What I can say definitively is that at this time, there is no visa ban in place for Sierra Leone or for any other country. I have no instructions from Washington to impose such a ban. President Trump did issue an executive order asking the Department of State and our counterparts at the Department of Homeland Security to look at how we can better secure America's borders, make sure that our visa processes are not in any way contributing to illegal immigration. That paper report that we have to produce for the president is very much a department, but it is right now in a deliberative process. As part of our deliberative process in the United States, we encourage open discussion, we encourage open debate, we encourage free flow of ideas. But what I can say is that no decisions have been made. The lists that appeared in the New York Times and in Reuters, you will have seen, already had different information in them, which illustrates that no decisions have been made. We do have a serious problem, however, in Sierra Leone with individuals choosing to misuse their U.S. visas. About 15% of those who receive tourist and business visas overstay, remain in the United States illegally. About 35% of those who receive student visas remain in the United States illegally. That has to change. We cannot continue to see people misusing their visas when they go to the United States, in the same way that your country expects United States citizens who come to Sierra Leone to respect the conditions of their visas. So as the foreign minister mentioned the other day during one of his interviews, if we do not see changes in the use of Sierra Leone visas and ensure that people begin to use those visas appropriately,
how I wish my
we will
people,
need to
my
consider exactly what we're going to do
how I wish
to try to ensure
we
that
have
Sierra
a beautiful
Leoneans
country
don't
that
remain illegally in
we
the
don't have to
United
run away
States.
from to come and seek greener pastures internationally. And thank God for the beautiful America that opened up its doors to a lot of Sierra Leoneans and other Africans today, and we can thrive. Because coming to the U.S., it doesn't ask you if you're SLPP or APC or if you are Mende or Themne or Limba. When you go for a visa, you're a Sierra Leonean. That's the passport that you show. But you see, a lot of things are pointing out here. One, I don't know why Ambassador Hunt would even come out here to say anything about this, because in my eyes, it's like he's just trying to clarify, for the government, because this thing shook them up. This visa ban shook the government up. Why is it shaking them up? It's not shaking the average Sierra Leonean that doesn't even know how to go to Guinea-Conakry. The average Sierra Leonean does not know anything about a visa. It's only a very minute segment of the population, and majority of these people are the ones that are benefiting from government. So this was shook them up. This really shook them up, and they are really concerned and confused. And so I want to tell Ambassador Hunt this. Let me tell you this. It is the desire of every Sierra Leonean to ask that the U.S. government impose travel ban on government officials, their families, cronies, You know, and even when it comes to, you know, these scholarships that students have to come study overseas, especially in the United States of America, Sierra Leoneans want more rigid, you know, background checks on these scholarships and how these people get these scholarships to come study overseas, because a lot of them, you know, we know that these are people that don't really deserve some of these scholarships, because these scholarships are all business deals, you know. Maybe there's one or two Z's that come through that are, you know, very legitimate, you know, people who earned it, you know. But the goal of these scholarships is to actually enhance the living standards of some of these folks, because some of these people, they will be the first in their family to travel. But this travel ban is something that we're looking forward to. We don't want it to affect innocent Sierra Leoneans, because we don't want the righteous to suffer for the wicked. I mean, we want to make sure that those that have won their DVs could go through. But Africans are yearning for the day where America would put a travel restriction on all political actors. Matter of fact, to the point of rescinding their citizenships, because a lot of these guys are going to Africa to destroy the continent, destroy the opportunities there, loot the state resources, because they already have other passports, they have other citizenships. So Sierra Leoneans like me and many other Africans that want to see a better Africa, where these guys can fix our countries, give us electricity, give us water, proper sanitation, right? Good roads, proper health care. This is the vision. And the reason why these guys don't want to do it is because they have the leverage to fly overseas and seek medical care, send their kids to college, send their wives and their girlfriends or their boyfriends to America to shop. Why? Because they're looting the resources and not providing the resources that the people need to stay back home. Thousands of Sierra Leoneans, every Sierra Leonean does not even want to travel to the United States if it's possible. They want to stay home and enjoy. They miss their beautiful weather. They love their tropical climate. They want to be able to drive around in good roads, have a job, go to work, and live a fulfilled life. That is the vision. That is what they want to have. So I see no reason why you are coming out here to act as a spokesperson for the illegal government of Julius Maada Bio. Ambassador Hunt, you should resign in protest, because the election in Sierra Leone was rigged. That is because you stand for democracy. If you have any backbone left in you, sir, that is what you should do. Don't work with an illegal government. Bye-bye.